Today we will be going over the different types of molecules which are used for energy after a meal versus after an overnight fast. Animal cells store glucose subunits as glycogen for short-term use, while plant cells store glucose subunits as starch for short-term use. So these stores are used for energy after a meal. Fatty acid subunits are stored as fats in both animals and plants and are used as energy stores after fasting. Fats are much more useful in long-term energy storage because the oxidation of 1 gram of fat gives off around twice the energy than the oxidation of glycogen. Glycogen also binds to lots of water molecules, so the amount of glycogen needed to produce the same amount of energy compared to fat is extremely high, making it a poor source for large amounts of energy. In fact, our body weight would be on average 60 pounds heavier if we had to carry all our energy as glycogen due to its high mass. The amount of glycogen stored in our bodies only gives us around 1 day's worth of energy, while the amount of fat in our body allows for around 1 month of energy. In animal cells, fat is stored in the form of water-insoluble triglycerols in fat cells called adipocytes. It is released from these cells when hormone signals the body to release them into the bloodstream. In plant cells, chloroplasts store fat.
So up next are carbs, short-term energy. Carbs are essential to short-term energy storage because they are burned to produce energy, producing CO2 and water during the process. Carbs are stored in our bodies as glycogen or starch. A carb gives us 4 calories for our body to use. Carbs also combine with nitrogen to form non-essential amino acids. Carbs are an everyday food we eat and allow us to achieve our caloric intake for the day to survive. A few of these carbs are sugar, starch, cellulose, and glycogen is a polysaccharide that allows for the main storage for glucose in the body. Um, these are a couple examples, which is disaccharides, which are um, uh, two glycogen put together, and then there's also monosaccharides just by itself. And then in animal cells, glycogen is stored as granules in the cytoplasm in their cells. So this is where they're stored. And then also mainly in liver cells.